Hi everyone, welcome back to another Wednesday. I am working from home again today from my computer, and I'm going to be checking in on all of our 6 pie shops to see how they're doing. And I don't physically have to go there because we have set up a really great system for our store managers every week to send an email with the weekly reports. And I'm going to share with you what we look at every week, how we communicate with what's going on in all aspects of our business. We do a weekly sales analysis, and then once a month we all gather together, all of the store managers and the district manager and I, and we then look at the numbers and report and talk a little bit more about what's going on. But I love getting the weekly report, and I can choose to take a look at it or not to. I have a lot of other people within my organization that are accountable and responsible for looking at these numbers. So I enjoy opening the emails and taking a look though. But first what I do is I look at what the store manager had to say about what happened in her store this week. And here's one from our Oxford pie shop. Jeannie runs that store and she says, "Hi everyone, attached are Oxford's weekly reports. We had a disappointing NPD, National Pie Day. The roads were really icy and we were slow most of the day, but the labor was higher than expected because we had a trainee and we also sent 2 counter specialists to the guest experience workshop, which was probably held in our bakehouse in Chesterfield. But we're hoping for a strong finish to meet or even better exceed the month's forecast. Be safe driving today and stay warm, Jeannie." It really tells me a lot when I read the body of the email here. She knows why we were down for National Pie Day. National Pie Day is January 23rd, and we plan for that, and we do a lot of work. A lot of marketing goes into this, a lot of social media, and we really, work hard on this. And for us to have a disappointing National Pie Day was a bummer, and that's why I'm really looking to see what all the store managers had to say. Were we up in sales? Were we down? Did we break even? Well, it was disappointing. So our sales were down, but we all knew that because the weather was really bad. And the weather's still bad. Here it is, end of January. It's Michigan. Who knows what's going to happen. Right now we're having record-breaking lows. It's like -8 degrees outside, and the wind chill is like -20, -100. I don't even know. It's so cold out there. So what's going to happen if you have a little shop and the weather doesn't cooperate and you're having this fun event in your store, and our pies were on sale for 10 bucks a piece? You think people would have really braved the cold to come out and grab a pie, but here in some of our pie shops are located in some of the country areas like Armada. There's a lot of dirt roads and they were just ice skating rinks. No one wanted to come out and risk their life that bad to save $8. Here's my weekly report from our store manager Ashley in our Shelby Township store, and she rates, "Hey all, we're having a good January so far. We're up 12.77% month to date over last year. Our goal is to be up 8% for the month. Hopefully the weather doesn't hurt our chances of hitting that goal." And she signs it Ashley and Jeremy. Well, who's Jeremy and why is he on this email? Well, he's our manager in training. It's great that, as I read these emails, there's a couple of our core values that are really being hit on here. And one of them is servant leadership. We should always be training and serving the people that work under us, bring them up to a higher level of leading. So she's training Jeremy. It looks like she's still probably sitting in pilot seat. He's in co-pilot. Pretty soon that'll flip-flop, and he'll be writing the reports and doing the sales analysis, plugging in all the numbers, making comments about what's going on in the store when he takes over officially. Here's our email from our Chesterfield store manager, Janine. And so she writes, and I gotta put my glasses on for this one because it's a little bit longer. "Sales seem to be good. Pie Day was a bit of a disappointment, and I believe it's all weather related. So far this month, we are $794 below our monthly goal of $22,200 with 4 days left. just have to have people come in with minus 35-degree temps over the next 4 days. But it's doable. No major differences in categories this year versus last year. It's all very close, so I really have nothing to report. I did a comparison by item for monthly goal setting for the girls, comparing 2017 to 2018, mostly retail, but basically everything except pies. She's boring down into her numbers, and she's comparing retail items, taking out pie sales. We also sell things like coffee and bags of coffee, soup, pound cakes, cookies, pot pies, and different things like that. So she's looking at that. She's trying to figure out a way how she can really focus in on that, pay more attention to those little things, because she knows those little things are going to make a big overall difference in the overall outcome of her store. She goes on about gift cards and things like that, but it's a lengthy email, and it's great. It really warms my heart to see that our store managers really have their finger on the pulse. They know what's going on in their store. They're the best ones to report on what's happening in their store. It's really going to help them to figure out how they can increase their sales. So another important thing, and I mentioned with Ashley and Jeremy, and our core value of teaching and training and uplifting other people, that's servant leadership, providing great leadership and serving our employees. The last email that I want to share with you was from our Beverly Hills store. And Taryn runs that store there. She's our youngest store manager, but I tell you, she's been in the company for probably 10 years, so she really knows what she's doing there as well. She says, "Hi y'all, NPD's weather with the slush rain all morning really put a damper on last week's sales. I know we were all down due to the deposits on orders. Now we changed the way we took orders with our POS system. So that was a good observation. It was slower throughout the day in general as well. We had to push the discounted pies through Thursday, but we really did get through them. So that tells me that, yeah, she had a plan B. We all knew that the bad weather was coming. I assume that my store managers may have cut some of their orders from their orders that they had put in the bakehouse. But you know, they still had a lot of pies left over. What did they do with them? Well, here in Beverly Hills store, the team there had an idea just to carry through the sale for another day, so she did get through with them. Now, I trust that they are making the right decision. They may have called some of the other store managers and said, "Hey, what are you guys doing with your leftover pies?" They may have called our head driver and said, "Hey, plan on picking up some of these extra pies and dropping them off at the soup kitchens." You know, so I don't worry about that kind of stuff. I know that my team is experienced enough. They know when to ask for help. I know that they're making the right decisions. So Taryn goes on to say, "The good news is that we are up month to date 9%. And then she says, "Taryn will update our actual labor dollars when she is back from vacation." So all the time I'm thinking it's Taryn, our store manager, writing this with all this really great knowledge, and it says, "Enjoy the snow and get home safe, Macy." Well, Macy is our assistant store manager, and it's really great. She's been with us just barely a year, and Taryn has her really educated here. Taryn's doing a great job teaching young Macy here on doing these reports and sending these emails. Really tells me that Macy too is doing really good. She's in line to be another store manager here pretty soon, I'm going to say. Well, I'm going to go ahead and open the sales analysis from our Beverly Hills store, and I'm going to share that with you. So if you want to follow along with me, go ahead and click the link below, and I'll be happy to send you this exact sheet that we use to compare last year's numbers to this year's numbers to see how we're tracking. And this is a really cool piece of information. When you first take a look at it, it's really daunting, and it's a ton of numbers, and it's a spreadsheet. You know, they're really interesting to us all. We've all gotten used to using them. We have created this spreadsheet, and all of that our store managers need to do is populate the sales numbers. Lets us know if we're in the black or in the red. So I'm looking at this sheet, and it's comparing the first Tuesday of the month to the first Tuesday of last year, same month. It's one of our busiest stores. However, it's January, and we're really slow in January. But go ahead and open it up, and you can see how we did day by day, and then it totals down at each week. And I can see that Taryn's store there in Beverly Hills was up 17.02% for the first week of January. That's pretty good for the first week of January. What's going on? Something's going on great in that store. Did we have a price increase? What's going on? So I was really happy to see Macy's report. Even though they had a really lousy National Pie Day, they still made up for it for the rest of the week. I know they have really great service in that store. I know that customers are really happy because customers write to us and tell us what great service and how, our people working the counter in that store go over and beyond the call of duty all the time. So she's just got a few $1,000s here at the very bottom. She's got like $4,600 more to make up by the end of the month for her to hit her goal. And I got to believe she's going to hit her goal. I see this last week here, they might have been down so far 7.85, but overall, if you look at these other percentages, she's really going to hit her goal, and that's going to be great. So on this sheet, we also look at our labor dollars and whether we're up or down percentage-wise, are we hitting our goal? And this is all about open book management. We look at how many guests have come through the door. That tells us some things. We look at our foot traffic. We also track our cost of goods and our waste, our company comps, and different things like that. So it's a really great sheet, and I'm going to advise you, if you have a business, one of the life-saving things for me was to institute open book management. I tell you, it really takes a weight off of my shoulders. It encourages trust. It's a two-way street. I'm sharing my numbers, with the company, with our store managers who are running, they're part of the company. Why wouldn't they, be privy to your numbers? They want to see what the sales are and what the labors are. And, do you have a goal for these things? Have you worked with your team leader or your manager together as a team to come up with what the goal should be for sales in that store? I don't dictate what the sales goals should be to Taryn. She tells me what she feels the sales goals should be for 2019. She tells me what she feels the labor should be. Nowadays, she doesn't even tell me. She works with our district manager, and so that's great. And I'm here at 30,000 feet looking down at my company overall, and I'm seeing that we're doing really well. Heck, this is January, and people are on diets. Usually they have their New Year's resolutions, and we expect it to be a little slow for January, but it seems like we're up, and I'm really happy, and I really trust what's going on in my store. And there is a lot of communication, and that's really the key to have trust, is lots of communication back and forth. So all of these emails were so great to get this week. Even though I knew that our event that we had in our store, we didn't do as well as last year, overall, the feeling is great, the vibe is great. So there's trust, there's lots of communication. It's the right way to run business. So you guys, send me a message that you like the content that I'm producing and you want me to continue to produce more by subscribing to this channel. The way to do that is that you might have to set yourself up a Gmail account. So go ahead and do that, subscribe to my channel today, and that will send me a positive message that you want me to continue. All right, you guys, thank you so much, and I'll see you next week.